I was born in Texas, but we moved all over the South, and I spent a lot of time in Alabama.
All through growing up, even in high school, people would say things like, oh, Dave can do watercolors, but that's all he does. And then the next thing you know, Dave does oil paints, but that's all he does. Dave puts collages together, but that's all he does. And I don't think my brother will ever say it, and he probably doesn't even believe it. But I really feel that now he's progressed way beyond anything he did back then when they'd say, oh, Dave makes sculptures, but that's all he can do. I think my brother has really mastered several art forms. And the reason, one reason he's mastered them is that he's always a student of art. He never reaches that level where he says, okay, I'm done now. He's always trying to outdo what he did before or do something different, trying to expand his own horizons. And I think that's what a master of any craft should be doing.
Just can't contain this stuff. It just pours out of him. I've never known a guy to do such gorgeous work and so much of it. The kabuki books that came out over the years were just, beautifully drawn, a great complex story. And the more I learned about David, the more I realized he was researching all this. He'd been to Japan a bunch, and it was really impressive. He's a unique guy, very physical, very passionate. And I hate to make a comparison, but really, he's the closest thing comics has to Picasso, in that he's prolific, he paints from the heart, and his paintings are very passionate, very distinctive. When you see a David Mack, you know it's a David Mack right off the bat.
My mom was a first grade teacher, so she just had all kinds of stuff to do, and she was really good. She was especially good at communicating to children and communicating, to 6-year-olds in particular. So when I was younger than 6, she was very good at teaching my brother and I the basics of, how to do things, how to read, and, our interest in writing and our interest in creative things. The downside of that is, as you grow up, she still sort of continues to talk to you as you're 6 years old, which, is fine, but when you're a teenager, you don't appreciate it. And we didn't have a television when I was growing up. So, in fact, I didn't really buy my first TV until, I got like my first check from comics when I was in my 20s.
Hey, this is Steven Tyler.
And Joe Perry of Aerosmith. Over the years, we've traveled all around this world.
Today, NASA's rocket scientists are making it possible to travel to other worlds.
You're going to want to be part of this amazing journey.
Stay in school, study hard, and dream on.
Humans have this absolute need to explore. It is buried in our spirit. We have a sense that critical good will come from it, that our whole future depends on it. This is part of what inspires us as humans.